This is Our Lady of Lourdes Church in Whitehouse Station, New Jersey, where our grandchild Eric Frederick Altoff is to be baptized. Now we're in the church, and Penny is holding him in the absence of the sponsor. The other little baby is crying bitterly. And of course, Eric is sound asleep, I believe. The priest is now praying over him. Well, Eric was born on September 25th, 1978. Did I say September 25th? Yes. Now he's being anointed with oils. And he will now get the usual head bath. I baptize thee in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And he seems to be taking it quite well. The other little baby is still crying. And now he gets mopped up, dried off. And there he's being anointed with oil again. Everybody looks pleased. Mama Penelope looks very pleased and happy. Now he's opening his ears and his eyes, and it's now complete.
Now we're coming out of church after the christening. It's Bill's father and Arlene, his sister, who was proxy godmother. There I come with Bill's mother and my mother, and Bill behind me. And Eric was real good in church. And there you can see the blanket that I crocheted for him, his christening blanket. And he didn't cry at all during the ceremony, and he even smiled several times when the priest came and anointed his eyes and ears and poured the water on his head. Now the family's getting together. There's Bill's parents on the left and Uncle Yitch behind, and Janice, one of Uncle Yitch's daughters. And now there's my mother on my right, and Bill, and a couple of Uncle Sonny's kids, and a friend, Sue Brophy, and then Uncle Sonny and Aunt Judy. A couple of Uncle Sonny's kids in the front there, Uncle Yitch. And behind us is Arlene and Emil Menny. Emil was the baby's Eric's godfather. And there's Daddy. Bill's father arriving at our house at the reception after the christening. And there's some more of our guests, Bill and our friends Sue and Chuck Brophy and Aunt Judy, Joyce Eulig. In the background there's a couple of uncles, Uncle Sonny, Uncle Yitch, and talking to Emil. Emil was Eric's godfather. There was our outhouse. Here's Arlene, Bill's sister, and one of Uncle Sonny's little kids. And there's a few of my friends, Sherry Holmes, who was a girlfriend of mine from college, and Sue Brophy, and that's Janice Eulig. And they must be talking about who needs a drink, I don't know. Arlene looks like she's showing off her shoes here. Of course, she was due within a few weeks. And there's Aunt Irene and Kathy in the background. Here's a bunch of the uncles, Emil on the left, Uncle Yitch sitting down, and then Uncle Sonny, Bill's father, and Uncle Walter. As Bill's coming out of the house to visit with the guests. Aunt Irene's just came out of the house. And here is arriving our friends John and Teresa Cosmos with their baby Laura. And John was Bill and our best man for our wedding. And here's John and Laura, and they're telling us when Laura was born and how much she weighs and what she does. She was really kind of a big baby at that time, really little roly-poly. That's Sue Brophy in the background, and a couple of the Hewlett girls sitting down. Here's some more guests. That's Kathy, Bill's cousin. John's just going into the house. And this is Aunt, there I am going out to talk to some of my friends. I've got Eric in his little pouch that I would carry him around in. He just loved to ride in that thing. He's so tiny there, you can just see his arms and legs hanging out. And he would always like to ride in there, and he'd go to sleep. There you can just see that he's sound asleep with his mouth wide open. And there's Sherry, my girlfriend from college again. And that was her daughter Lisa, who just popped her head in there. And we're discussing how Eric likes to ride around in his carry pouch. And there's Bill. It looks like we're all having a good time, and looks like we're just about all due for another beer. At least I am. I hope there's somebody who's going to come along and give me one. And here's some of our friends, Jack and Carol O'Sullivan on the left, Joyce and Manfred Koch, and then Bill, of course. It's a nice day, perfect day. I have a little tour of my house and grounds. Eric's in his carry pouch. Now we're looking out towards the old well, and that's a little well house. It's a big silver maple. Most of the leaves are down. Then we're looking towards the driveway. There's peonies there and a bunch of nice big the south side, and then this is the north side, and our beautiful 2.5 car garage. Now this is our big apple tree. It has delicious apples on it. Just about all the leaves are off. Now we're looking down the driveway towards across the street, our mailbox. There you can see the moon, just a little over half moon. We've got a big pine tree there. Now I'm in our backyard, looking out towards the back, our little outhouse there, and a storage shed we have. And there's a big sugar maple there, beautiful color leaves. And then this is the view we have out towards the west. You can see the rim of mountains in the background. Now we're looking at the back of the house. Nice big back porch, and then a small inside back porch. And there's our outhouse. Bill in the background is augering. He's looking for our septic tank. There he's still augering, and now I'm over by what we call our meadow, which is just a large patch of our 2 acres that's in weeds, but it has wildflowers and everything, and it looks very nice. Now I'm standing at the very corner of our lot, looking back towards the house. Now we're looking towards the road. We have 2 acres here, and it goes all the way to those pine trees in the front. And you can also see our storage shed with the fence. And here's Eric. He's in his carry pouch. Once again, he's sleeping. You can see he's so little there that his hands don't reach to the end of his little suit. And there's Eric in his bassinet. He's smiling and happy, making little noises. That's his favorite pacifier there, the little blue one. It's a little squeezy mouse he has. And he's smiling, and he's so bright and cheery. And he's just 1 month old here. And there he is, 1 month old, smiling, oh, making noises, waving his hands around, grabbing on. Still not filling out his suit. You want to see the inside of the house? Come on, I'll show you the house. Now we're going in the back door. This is the little inside back porch. We've just got it pretty much piled with junk right here now. Windows. Now we're in the kitchen. Got lots of cabinets, a dishwasher, a stove, of course. And the cabinets are knotty pine, which is my favorite. And the old kitchen table, which we call the laughing place, from Mom and Daddy's house. Now we're going into what we call the study, or the library. We have a couple of desks and our bookcases, and this is the stairway that goes upstairs. Now we're going into the large living room, dining room combination. One end we use is the living room, and then the other end we use is the dining room, and this is where I have all my oak furniture that I refinished, and my china cabinet with my china. And then this desk that Bill's father gave us was his father's. Now we're going upstairs. Now we are upstairs. And there's the bathroom. And then just off here is Bill's study, where he has all his airship stuff. And then this is the first bedroom. We use this as a guest room. And there's the new switch and outlet that my father put in. And now we're going into the baby's bedroom. And his crib that used to be Bill's. And the murals that I painted on the wall, the tree and the sun and the little house with the roof. And his airship mobile. And that's my rocker that Bill got me to rock the baby and feed him. Now we're going down our new corridor into our bedroom. Now we have lots of windows in here. And then we're just roughing in a closet. And we also have some new electricity that my father put in, switch and outlet. And this is the quilt that I made for Eric. Not quite finished yet. It's like the painting, The Peaceful Kingdom, where all the animals are together. And that's his mobile and his lighter-than-air lamp. It's got a little blimp and some little airplanes, even a little spaceship on it. And then this is the window that my father put through the wall that he put up, so Eric could have some light and also some air. And now we're in the basement. That's